Thank you, Madam Chair. This study highlights numerous challenges Indigenous peoples face in armed conflict. At the same time, the largest war in Europe since World War II, the Russian aggression against Ukraine, which began in February of 2014 and escalated into a full-scale invasion in February of 2022, demands particular attention. The war has had a profound impact on Indigenous peoples traditionally residing in Ukraine, especially the Crimean Tatars and in occupied Crimea. They have faced systemic oppression, restrictions on freedom of expression, the banning of representative institutions, suppression of cultural and religious life, and limited access to education in their native languages. The escalation in 2022 has worsened these conditions, particularly in areas of active hostilities, where Indigenous peoples now face displacement, infrastructure destruction, and heightened risk of cultural and linguistic erosion. The war has also caused significant casualties among Indigenous peoples on both sides, undermining them further. These impacts highlight the urgent need for systemic monitoring and stronger protection mechanisms for Indigenous peoples in times of war, in line with the obligations of states under international human rights laws. The war has had serious implications for Indigenous peoples in the Russian Federation as well. Independent reports indicate disproportionate conscription and casualties among members of Indigenous peoples. In many cases, military service emerges as the only viable socioeconomic opportunity in structurally marginalized regions, raising concerns of systemic inequity and further erosion of Indigenous autonomy and rights. While recognizing the report's limitations, it's essential to acknowledge these issues and ensure they are addressed through deeper analysis and continued FPIC-compliant engagement with affected Indigenous peoples in future studies. I thank you, Madam Chair.
I thanked esteemed